The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone. We will start in 2 minutes. We are just waiting for a few people to join in. Just give 2 minutes. I'll share my screen. Thank you. Okay, as the screen shows that it is focusing on core Java and basic stuff about Java or entering into a programming world is really important today. Why it is important, that we're gonna explain. But you should understand that the prerequisite of this course is not a computer science degree, is not an IT experience, is not a programming knowledge. No, you don't have to. The core Java experience or core Java course is basically designed for people who do not have any background of the programming. They just need a laptop, okay, and 1 hour and excitement and enthusiasm. If you have that, then this course is particularly designed for you. So in core Java, and before that, what exactly we are going to cover, let's understand why exactly we are learning this, right? So why Java? Understand this, why Java? So first thing you should know that if you are already in IT industry, you know the shift IT industry is going through. So there was an era when there was a single UI developer who is developing a HTML screen. There was a backend developer who is developing backend services or backend module with any of the programming language which he knows or she knows. And then there is a DBA guy, right? So these are scattered services and everybody was responsible for his own thing. So it was possible to create a career out of that. Like let's say I know only HTML content and I explored that particular area, went on and become an expert of UI. But today the things are completely changed. So today we need to have the knowledge of UI, services, means backend module, your databases, your deployment, your testing within that you have manual, but manual is long gone. So now you have automation testing. That automation testing consists of system testing, unit testing, right? Performance testing. Everything should be done by the single person. So when we arrive at this particular point, what we saw in the industry that there is a new term came in picture which is called as full stack developer. And there was a very vast or vital need or basic need of a language which can do all these things together. All these things, starting from gathering the requirement, writing unit test cases, development, deployment, testing, and finally releasing the product and easy to maintain. And we arrived at the solution called Java. So that's why not even so previously also Java was a very what I can say important language in the industry. But today with the full stack development era, with the cloud development era, with the machine learning era, okay, with a smart integrations era, Java attains full attention. Okay. Yes, you're right. Software developer and test. So everything though you can see that it's called as full stack developer. So everything you can see that whatever starts from the designing phase and discovery phase of a software, we have to go along with it. And single developer, okay, or probably set of two. Yes, so probably set of two or three. So maximum that. So currently, whatever team I had, okay, I'm based in Atlanta, and I'm working from a very good client called Home Depot, and I've been here like past 3 years. I'm going to continue for 4 or 5 months for next project, and whatever project we are working on, okay, previously, and I saw an era 4 years back, 3 years back when I was here, there was a team of 20 people. Okay, and few are offshore, which are working on India. Okay, and we used to tell our vendor, okay, cognizant whatever vendor, and then we used to tell them, okay, these are our requirements and all those things, and they have 8 to 10 people are offshore. Then we have our team here onshore, and then now that era is completely gone. All of a sudden, everything is agile. The requirements are broken down into small pieces called as stories, and those stories are being worked upon, okay, in a single war room. So I'm sitting there. My offshore counterpart is also online in a agile call. Okay, there is an onshore developer who is also a developer. Previously, that was not the case. So suddenly, there is a technical shift happened in the industry, and everybody becomes a technical. Not even an architect. There is nothing called as architect there. There are no hierarchy like this is security architect, this is that architect. There are only 7 roles. Only 7 roles in the entire industry. So what I'm saying is the industry has shifted to a very good, what I can say. I'll say good shift. Okay, I'll not say it's a bad. Okay, we are not losing jobs. We are creating more jobs, but we have arrived at the point where we need a common solution because we cannot learn 3 million languages. We cannot do that. Okay. So why Java suddenly becomes so important? And with Java's new development, you don't know where it entered into. Let's see. So mother tongue of an IT industry. It's a beginner friendly language. Java is very easy to learn. Okay. It's a very simple to us. It's relatively simple to us. Okay. Then scalability, you can scale it, easier to maintain. So once code is deployed, okay, after that also, if you want to maintain the code, you can actually read the code and understand. So you don't have to write a extensive documentation, 4 documents to understand 4 lines of code. No, you don't have to. The code itself explains a lot of stuff. So development become fast. Java is also fast, optimized for performance, and recent changes in garbage collections and so in Java 8 and Java 9 they optimized it so good that these out of memory errors and all those, if you are aware about it, if you don't, then don't worry. Okay. Then it is optimized for performance. Now this is a very important word, community. Suppose I developed a language called as iSmart. Okay, I developed that language. Okay, I have my own compiler. And today, your industry, you have your own company, and your company started using my language. Okay, called as iSmart. And you found out that there is an issue. Okay, you are not able to compare the dates. I'm just giving a simple example, I'm making it up. So you are not able to compare the dates. Now, how do you solve it? You can Google it, but how many people are using it? No one, no one in the world. So only per person who can handle that exception or handle that issue is me, and I'm not available. Okay, let's say I'm selling my language to some other company and I'm not available to answer to you. What happens to your problem? Your problem goes on and you're stuck up. You're stuck up with that problem. So here the importance of community comes in. Java has a third largest open source community, first being Linux. So Java has a third largest vibrant open source community. And what is that example? Why I'm showing that example? Let's go to Google right away and just type date comparison in Java and see how many records we can get. Okay, can we try that? Okay, let's go ahead. Question here, date comparison in Java. And how many things I got? In this seconds, I got these many records. I'm not saying that all of them are relevant. What I'm saying is you actually got answers. You actually got answers, right? And basically, and you will find out that these all answers might be coming from the different, what I can say, area, right? Different ways to implement that solution. So vibrant open source community will not stop you. You can continue programming. You are not dependent on anyone. So vibrant open source community helps you to build your solution. And how helpful is that? When you are new to it, when you are struggling into it, okay, you have somebody out there already solved it for you, posted it online so that you can find a solution. Java is a first language to attain that vibrant open source community. Okay, it's the fourth largest sales what is that SourceForge community. Okay, then now let's try about another aspect of it. So this is like features of Java, but why we learned it? Why? So the first thing is good salary range, right? It's easy to get the job because everybody is using Java. Okay. See, I actually Googled it. This is Google numbers only. I just Googled like what is the salary range we get in United States. I can see that 50K starting from our basic learner like intern kind of programmer, okay, to 138K, even go beyond 150K. Okay, so what I'm getting around is 11K, 1110, but I'm a middleware specialist in this particular area, but that is a decent salary anyway, isn't it? Easy to find job, free to download and practice. You are not dependent on anything. Okay, you can just install any software which is on Java and then start practicing it. Okay, interest builds up after initial learning. So when you start initially, it is a slow pace. Okay, you should understand it's like driving. Okay, so you have to start driving slowly, and after that, once you're pro into it, then you can actually drive a sports car. No problem with that. Interest built up. Okay, you can choose any direction in career. Why specialization? So you can actually choose a specialization, just like I did. I went for middleware. Okay, that is Apache Camel, ActiveMQ, MuleSoft, and integrations and Spring integrations, Spring Java, all those. That area is my specialty, let's say. So now your area can be Android programming. The people who are good in designer brains, okay, they are good in what I can say, how look and feel should be. Then they go for Android. Android is again in Java. People who are good in services, they can go in REST, SOAP, and expertise. I'm not saying you should not know other things. Okay, you should know basics of everything, but you can actually use pro yourself in somewhere. That is, I'm not saying against full stack. You should be full stack, but you can have a pro in somewhere, right? IoT, Internet of Things. This is where the industry is going, and this is the point which Java just entered. Okay, and Java 10 is basically touching machine learning as well. So we are going to touch that point also, and I'm going to define machine learning in one of the session. Okay, what is machine learning? Why it is important in current era? Okay, today we are not dependent. So you know what? We have a policy in our company today. Okay, in Home Depot I'm talking about that everything, every issue, every defect, machine should have the first attempt. Think about this one. Machine should have the first attempt. Means by default it should get solved by machine. Okay. If it is not solved by machine, only then human interaction is actually required. That kind of what I can say programs are getting generated, are getting created. And how do we do that? So here Java has to interact with the operating system. Java can actually your programming should be so interactive to the operating system and so in touch with it, okay, so intact with it, that you cannot write a programming file separately and your shell script separately and merge them together. That is a long way, long journey. Java 10 solved that purpose. Okay, so we are going towards that. So I will give you a brief introduction at the end of the course. What is machine learning? What is IoT? How is Java related to it? How Java 10 enter into that area? And this is the recent changes. Okay, so you have to be slowly understand all those things. Okay, but what I'm saying is starting from the basics of programming till what is machine learning, till what is all these directions going through. Okay, we are going to learn in this particular course. So this is absolutely this is the base of the industry today. Okay, so average salary rate I can see like 92,258, and this is not a bad salary, you know that. Okay, and I just googled this numbers. You can also google that if there are any changes, you can see that. Cool. So why me? I have 14 plus. Now I'm going to complete 15 in August. Okay, total IT experience, design, development, architecting. I'm certified in a lot of things. Okay, not only Java. I'm certified MuleSoft, certified Camel developer. Okay, certified web designer. So 6+ years of teaching experience. More than 1,500 students I have, and still in touch. That is very important. Java, Spring, Web Services, Camel, MuleSoft, ActiveMQ, these are my areas where I am experting. Currently integration architect for an IT giant, and I already told you the name. Then best design course in the market for H2k Infosys I'm talking about. So it's a best design course in the market. Why? Because we do not have anybody who is just a teacher. Okay, I'm not looking at complete reference Java and teaching you theories of that. No, I'm not doing that. And if you're expecting that, no. Okay, this is not the thing we are going to learn here. We are going to learn what is actually happening in the industry, what I'm asking to people in interview, because I do that. Okay, so if I'm expecting people should know design patterns and these are the important design patterns for people, then I will teach you that. Okay, project based learning. See, that is important because you should know that what exactly I'm going to build in future. Only then you can see. If I tell you to write a program a plus a 1 plus 1 equals to 2, it's of no use in your practical life. Can you have a real life problem and can you solve it? That is important. Feasible batch timings, we generally start at 9:30 so that even California people, and we do have a lot of them, can actually join after 6:30 and all those. Okay, so we have that kind of batch timing. Although it is little late for EST people, but it's okay. We can manage up to 10:30, right? Okay, if I'm talking too fast, please just stop me then and there. Okay, so it is my habit to continue in a flow and go a little faster. But okay, just let me know. A huge course syllabus on latest technologies is very important. Real-time project, and why huge? Because you know that either is going towards like knowing a lot of things, right? Real-time projects to gain hands-on experience. That is another module we have. Okay, if you want to subscribe to it, and lifetime access to recorded videos. This is important. As soon as the class is done, within 3 hours, the video will be ready for that particular class. That particular class, not a pre-recorded video of 20 minutes. Okay, showing you very classy music behind that. No, that particular class with students question in it. Okay, so if I'm taking tomorrow, if I'm taking a Java class of multi-threading, only that class will get loaded and you have access to it. Okay, what is the benefit of it? Every batch has its own flow. Like if I have my students and my students are grasping slowly, my entire batch speed will be slow. And if I have a pre-recorded video showing entire multi-threading in 20 minutes, then you will not grasp that particular thing in. And that's why we have this personalized trainings, right? Otherwise there are a number of things available online which can give you whatever teachings they have. They can teach all the conditions and loops within 6 minutes, right? But that's not the purpose. We defeat the purpose in that way. So that's why recorded videos, if you miss the class anyhow by any important work, although I am not supporting that thing, but if you miss that, then you can always grab and be ready for the next class, right? Any questions in any of the aspect we discussed now? If your why is clear, see my both the slides are on why. Why Java? Why currently we are accepting Java in the industry? Why Rishi, that's me, and why H2k Infosys? All the points are covered. Now we are going to start what exactly we are going to do, right? Let's start that. And let me know if you have any questions. So core Java is must for everyone module. We start with object-oriented programming concepts. Download and install Java on your PC. Okay. If you have a particular issue in that, we will actually in touch one-on-one, and that is helpful sometimes. Hello world program using Eclipse. Okay, this is our start. Okay, then you have classes and object concepts, Java data types. Then you have in module 2 we have control, that is if, for, okay, loopings and all those things. Then methods and constructors, overloading and overriding. So these are the core concept of programming. Core concepts of programming. Okay, so we're gonna learn that in first 2 modules. Okay, every module has its own width. Okay, so we cannot define a module as a okay, this is a time span and that will be a module. I'm just logically separating the components together. Okay, so it's not like 1 week, 1 module. No, that's the thing. It's logical separation between 2 modules. Then we talk about inheritance. Okay, super and final keywords, going to abstract classes and inheritance. Lambda expression. This is something which is entered in Java 8 and onwards. So what is lambda expression? So you have to understand what is interfaces first. What is the change in the interface in Java 8? Okay, why that change came? So people will tell how at lambda expression why that particular change came in, because there are a lot of projects going on in the industry for shifting Java 7 to Java 8. At that particular point, can we use lambda expression at particular point? You should know. Okay. If you don't know, then you are not basically converting into Java 8, right? Then nested classes, like class within the class, how can we use it? What is the use of it? Why we use it? Just for the sake of learning, we are not learning that. What is the industry use of this? Can we implement listeners with it? Can we have an observer pattern with that? So there are a lot of small things in between. Then we are going towards exception handling. Exceptions, why exceptions are important? Okay, how custom exception can help you for your what I can say, log monitoring, audit monitoring, exception handling framework, right? That is how custom exceptions are created. Good with it. Then multi-threading. Why multi-threading is bad? People will always say, okay, I start 5 threads. That means 5 people are working in parallel. No, that's not the thing. You may end up slow, right? So that kind of what I can say separation. You should have always come up. Your architect have to come up with a golden number. that these are the number of threads and you should not go beyond that, isn't it? It's out of your capacity after that. IO streams dealing with a file, like reading a file, writing a file, deleting a file, okay, removing a file, creating a directory, okay, checking the files in the directory, whether your file is arrived. This is very common pattern in Java batches. Whether the file arrived at the directory. Every 5 minutes go and poll. Check there is a file. Pick the file, read the file, process the file, and put it in the database. Very common flow. Let's have a project with that. Can we do it? Okay. Collection framework, handling the objects. If you have multiple objects, if you're talking about all the items inside a store, how do they manage? How do they sort? Right? Okay, how do they iterate through it? How do they assign values to all of them? Like if I want to apply a discount to a particular set of items, can I do that? How can I do that? How can I collect them together? All those things comes in collections. Okay. Then we have MySQL setup, SQL overview. This is a basic SQL. Okay, so this is not like I'm not going to teach you how to write programs in SQL and store procedures. No, we are just teaching, we are just understanding how the basics of SQLs are. Basically means writing a select query, delete query, update query, simple joins. Okay, so simple as that. And then use that particular thing with JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. So we start with an era, like people still ask questions of what are the set of drivers we have. Okay, so we'll see that, okay, what are the different things, drivers and all. Okay, and then we will see the progression of SQL, okay, in with the help of JDBC, and then I will also give an introduction to NoSQL, like what exactly NoSQL database looks like and how it is, although that is not in the module, but it is good to have introduction. Okay. So good to have that. We should also know what is NoSQL so that our career path in that area also get open. Right? There are Cosmos DB, that MongoDB and all those. Okay, Hadoop is also there. Right? So that is also one of the area where you can do your career. Good with it. And the module 6, which is the last module for core Java, we are going to understand what is new in Java 9 and what is new in Java 10. So what are the new things in Java 9? What are the new features is getting added? And Java 10, especially for machine learning, is actually shaking Python. Python has tried to enter into the world of Java. Okay, and it's continuously trying. And I'm not against any of the programming languages, by the way, but Java did it very efficiently. Okay, so let's see that. What is the comparison? What I'm talking about? If you speak that in an interview, then what interview will think about you? Because you know the era, you know why they have created Java 10. This is important, isn't it? Good. So that actually completes your module for core Java. Okay. So then you have an industry aligned project in core Java. Okay. So either we will learn through retail domain project, we'll take a store example, and then we have a project for you in a banking domain or telecom domain. Depending on your interest, you can pick whatever you want, but you have to choose one. Okay, everybody has his own choice, but you can do only one project. Okay, complete that project, get it reviewed from me, put your things into Git repository. That is one of the initial sessions only. We will clear to you what is Git repository, and it's important for you also to have your own Git repository. Okay, so you have to check in your project in that. Good with it. So that, and then you have to mention your URL into your resume also, so that people can see that your coding standards, you actually coded Java. Okay, isn't that bad? No, it's not. Good with it? So any questions in core Java module? Then we'll start talking about other modules. Any questions? If you have no background of IT field, how hard it will be to get an interview? Okay, it's not dependent on your IT background. Okay, it's not at all dependent. Why I'm saying is, remember, if you are applying for your intern job, if you are applying for an initial developer role, okay, we are not looking at your IT background. Okay, what we are looking at is like how your understanding is or how your programming knowledge is. Okay, so if you are going beyond that, okay, so there are other modules which can help you, which are H2k also, and we are also covering that, how to build your resume, okay, how to showcase your resume in Dice, in Naukri, how to highlight that. So all those things will be given to you. Okay, these are the tools which will grab the job easily. Okay, if you have no background, if you are worried about how do I learn programming, how do I grasp that, that is where my core Java module is actually designed for. Okay, so you can actually get an interview with a proper resume structure, proper knowledge of Java, and of course knowing the programming concepts thoroughly. Awesome. So in advanced Java, what exactly our prerequisites are? Core Java knowledge, and of course you have to continue your excitement and enthusiasm. This is advanced Java module. There will be a gap of at least 4 days to complete your project between advanced Java and core Java. Okay, so that you can complete the project and submit that. Okay, so let's start. What is advanced Java and why advanced Java? It's the extension of core Java, but it's simple. So sound knowledge of core Java is mandatory. It's simple, okay? So it's just an extension. Core Java is harder than advanced Java, even though the name is advanced Java. There is no what I can say separation of core Java and advanced Java through Java's perspective. If you think about Oracle separating this thing, no. Oracle is not separating that. We are separating that for convenience of our teaching and understanding. Remember that. Okay. Java never actually told that this is advanced and this is core. Never. This is specially framework for web programming. Okay, so now you are entering your taking your first step towards web programming. Advanced Java is a vast concept. There are a lot of things to learn. Real world Java, we'll see it as a real world Java. Industry asks for this. So you should know this. We are going to learn core concept like SOA, web services, JMS, JNDI, all those things comes in picture. And step towards agile, DevOps, full stack development. So this is why I'm focusing on this area right now, because you should know the vision, where exactly we are heading, right? So this is what it is. Again, it's a nice slide again, so I'm just removing that. In module 1, we are going to understand J2E or JEE architecture. They keep calling it that J2EE, so I just copy pasted that, but that's not the thing. It's JEE architecture, Java Enterprise Edition. Okay, what is that architecture looks like? Then you have to install Tomcat. So we will install it in our machine. We'll start it on our machine. We'll embed Tomcat in Eclipse so that we can start and stop Tomcat within Eclipse. Okay. Then we start with Java servlets. What is servlet? Servlet is a base. It's a core. Okay, of web programming. Same thing with JSP. Understanding JSP is important. Although we are not going to create any of the pages in future, but understanding is really important because this is the basis. Okay. And mini MVC application for registration projects. So I'm going to give you a simple project, okay, that you have to complete. Okay. Then in module 2, we are going to start with XML parsing. So XML, JSON, whatever you say. Okay, for Java, both the things are different. So you can actually parse XML, parse JSON, convert that into an object. I'll tell you both. Okay. Introduction to SOA. SOA is long gone though. Okay. So I'm just giving you an introduction and also giving you what is the future path of it. If you think SOA is a vibrant technology, no, it's gone. Okay, it's dead now. SOA is not there. Now the era is converted into microservices. We'll see what is microservices, how Amazon and Netflix made their story. We'll discuss their story also, what's going on in the current era, right? And how do we develop those microservices? Okay, I'm not giving 12 phases of microservices architecture. In this session, we'll talk about it later. In this session, we are just discussing what is SOA, why the theory comes in picture, and why it has changed to a different thing. Then you can understand while creating web services, how to design web services. See, people know how to write RESTful web services. I always see this in interview. People know, okay, this is @post, @get, and this and that, and all the format are very well marked up. Why a particular thing should get separated as a service, they don't have a clue, and you should have it. Okay. Then soap-based web services. Okay, what's the difference between that, and can we test these web services on some of the tools? So we are going to see two tools. One is Postman, and another is Soap UI. Okay, so these two tools we are going to cover. Basic testing, okay, unit testing, which is required for a developer, and you should know it. Then we have Hibernate ORM framework. Okay, Hibernate is again extension of JDBC, I'll say. Okay, as just for understanding. Good with it. Then design patterns. Design patterns are already solved solutions. Okay, we are 23 of them core design patterns, and we are going to learn 10 to 11 of them, which are absolutely required in your resume. Log4j logging framework, JNDI Java naming and directory interface, JMS Java messaging specifications, JUnit unit testing framework by Java, and GitHub. So you are going to learn checking, branching, merging, advanced features. Okay, Initial project creation and all, everything is already done in core Java. Advanced feature of GitHub, like checking in the code, merging, forking, okay, branching, all those things. Okay, important for you. You cannot avoid that. You cannot say you are an experienced Java professional and you don't know GitHub. No, you can't do that. Maven based projects. How to create Maven. People see the Maven as a big topic. It's not a big topic. It's a simple project management framework. Okay, it's not a big thing to learn. Okay, so we will actually learn it. It's very simple thing to understand Maven, and with Maven projects we are actually learning Spring. So Spring Core, DI, IOC container, DI and IOC container is the same name. I don't know why it is. I have to touch it. Then events. Okay, Spring JMS, JDBC, AOP, all those things we are going to learn. Okay, Spring MVC as well. So this is a very good start of the Spring framework. Okay, and finally we have resume building and Unix introduction. Again, you cannot tell that you being a developer and you don't know what is Unix, okay, or basic commands of Unix. So basic commands of Unix which are known to a Java developer should be given. So you can understand that you are touching unit testing, you are touching Java development, you are touching integration development, that is JMS acting. Okay, for JMS, okay, we are actually installing ActiveMQ on your machine. We are starting and stopping ActiveMQ from your machine itself. We are sending a message. You are receiving no theoretical. Nothing is theoretical here. We are actually doing everything practically. Okay, we are seeing a message in a queue. We are going to grab that message. Everything gonna be done. Okay, so you know the integration part of it. Finally, resume building, Unix part of it, like you know little bit of deployment also. And one session we'll talk about like how entire life cycle of software development actually happens, right? So this is an end-to-end module, okay, from core Java to advanced Java, like what exactly we should learn and we should have in your resume. And finally, again, you have an industry aligned project in advanced Java, okay, which you have to complete in Spring and web services. Good with it. So you can have a retail domain, telecom domain, banking domain. Again, these are the vibrant domains. Okay, you can actually have your own. If you come up with your own project and code and do that, I'm not against that. If you have pharmacy project or education domain project, no problem. What I'm saying is these are the vibrant domains where jobs are being created. Banking domain is competing against and stuff. Retail is like crazy. Retail competition. All the competitions in the retail are going towards Amazon. So everybody is competing with Amazon, right? So we know the competent domains are generating more jobs. Okay, telecom is kind of stable nowadays. Okay, where should technology go now? But the retail and banking are like competence. So more competing domains create competent jobs, good jobs in the market. They try to do the things faster and faster, better and better, convenient and more convenient. Okay, plus they also need the savings, so they will always approach to Java and open source technologies so that you can grab what I can say a monetary benefit of the things, right? So we'll grab any of the projects like that and continue that project, complete that project, make sure that it happens, submits, and then we actually start our mock interviews. So there are other features of H2k Infosys which will help you. There are mock interviews. There are forums where you can post your questions. There is a login to your videos. Okay, so you can check any video anytime. You have lifetime access to it. Okay, so all these benefits are given to you. Good with it. So any open questions which we need to discuss? So what we covered is complete core Java, web services, Spring, Hibernate, JMS, JNDI. Okay, so entire conceptual design of Java programming. Plus, we are going to touch what is machine learning. Okay, we are going to touch what is microservices architecture. So these are the basic things which are going to learn. At least you should able to speak the jargons. Good with it. Any questions? So only for initial 2 weeks, this is alternate day. After that, it will be a regular thing. We do have weekend classes, okay, and I will tell you well in advance so that you can plan in advance. Okay, so I will tell you probably on Monday or Tuesday itself if there is a class at the on the weekend. Okay, weekend classes generally of 2 hours, and it will be only on one topic. So if there is a servlet, I have to complete that in a one session so that I will not see that is better for you also so that you can grasp an entire technology in a single flow. If I break the flow in between, it will be hard for you, hard for me, right? So only in that scenario we'll take weekend classes. Otherwise, weekends are holidays. Okay, we follow public holidays with no issues when that. Okay, we are also people, we are also human. Okay, don't try to do any unhuman things here. Okay, cool. Is that answering your question, sir? Okay. Is it hard to learn these many topics? No, no, no. See, think about this thing. Uh, basically, uh, if you know, see, think about this. If you know 26 alphabets, okay, if you know initial 20 words and you have 200 words of English, was it hard to learn entire English? No. Other English are just a combination of other alphabets, and you can speak them. Okay, you can read them. Simple as that. Initial concepts of Java are always remains constant. Okay, then conceptually you can just combining in other technologies into it and just merging into a new technology. That's it. What I see is a core Java where your highest enthusiasm is needed, and that's why, as told you, your excitement and enthusiasm is actually needed, and that too is simple as compared to other programming language, by the way. Okay, so core Java is the basic Java where you need your focus. Once your core concepts are clear, advanced Java is just like this is how it's supposed to be done. This is an API. This method does what? It's simple as that. Okay. Once you know what is driving, how to handle steering, how to handle brakes, and how to handle other things, you don't have to learn how to handle tinted windows. Okay, or centralized locking. That is a feature. Okay, car have it, you enjoy it. Car doesn't have it, that's okay, right? So these are the features of your car. The basic happens in core Java. That is your actual driving. Okay. When is the class starting? Class is starting, by the way, class is supposed to start this week itself. But H2k Infosys and IIT Workforce, these are combining institutions which are actually deciding when to start the class. But I insist them to start in this week itself. Okay, so if time permits, probably by Friday, you should have your first class. Okay, does that answer the question, sir? Okay, what is another one? Yeah, timing will be 9:30 only. This Friday I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying for it. I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay, but you will absolutely get a perfect communication of it. Okay, when exactly it's starting, how, when, what is the timing, all those things. Okay, cool. I thought there is a batch going on right now. Yes, there is a batch going on, but it's advanced Java. See, the batch starts every month. Okay, every month we have a batch. But thing is, the batch progression happens, right? So if I suddenly jump in into advanced Java batch, you will not be able to understand that, right? Every month there will be a new batch. So if you miss on that, you can actually start it. Oh yes, core Java, you can start this week. Absolutely. So that is a new batch for you. So let's start with a fresh batch. It has its own benefits. Okay, you have completed a proper assignments, your software downloads are proper, everything will be in place. Right? So that's why. Any questions? Pradeepa, any questions? Jyoti, any questions? Are you good? Jimon Thomas. Any questions, sir? Srinivas, all good? Yes. Yes, that is good question. Yes, you are right. So certifications are depends on your wish. Okay, so we are not insisting any of the certifications, but if you are doing a certification, please let me know. I'll share you some of the course contents. Okay, that is also important. You should actually go through it. Second thing is you have to particularly focus on some topics. Okay, which are not part of our normal flow, like garbage collectors. Okay, we don't go in detail of the garbage collector. Certifications do, but we will provide you materials, we'll provide you videos. Okay, so don't worry about that. And guidance also if you're stuck up somewhere. Good with it. So if you're doing certifications, let me know in advance. Okay. Books are given to you. There are a lot of books in our library, an online library. You can have access to it and you can always grab it. And these are books related to a lot of topics. You have Hadoop book there, you have Camel book there. Okay, you have a lot of books. iText book is also there. iText is PDF converter. So there are a lot of books around. Okay, so that has access to you, and again, your certification books are also there. Good with it. So if you're preparing for certification, just let me know in advance. We are not insisting for any of the certifications or none of the interviews. Of course, it's an add-on, but now the interview will choose you because you did a certification and bad interview. Rather, I will select a person who haven't done any certification but good in the interview. Okay, so that is my perspective in interview. What I can say, if I am an interviewer. Okay, good. Cool. So let's stop here. And that's really nice to have all of you today. So, and you have my email address. If you don't, okay, you can actually email training@H2k Infosys or so core Java and advanced Java, two different courses. No. It's the same course. It's not two different courses. These are two major modules. Okay, we have divided this course into major modules. We have 4 days of vacation in between to complete the course. Nothing else. It's the same course. Simple. Okay. Now I'm providing my email address, or you can always email training@H2k Infosys, or email me rishi.h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Okay, I sent it all. You can copy that. Okay, if you have anything to ask, you can always ask. Don't hesitate that I'm not student yet. Nothing like that. Okay, you can always ask. Whatever, it can be technical, non-technical, batch issue, timing issue. I already know core Java, can I hop on to advanced Java? I need this specific stuff. Okay, all those things can be answered, don't worry. Okay, specific questions, if you need one-on-one session, we can do that. Rather, we generally do that after the course. We generally have one-on-one session for your resume discussions. Okay, we cannot build a resume in like an entire session of 50 people, 15 people, right? We cannot do that. I cannot showcase your resume for all the people. We have to do one-on-one. We have to solve the difficulties one-on-one. Okay, so all those things gonna happen one-on-one only. So if you need that, please let me know in advance. I'll schedule a timing and we'll have a discussion on that. Okay, good. Common questions will be, I have a gap, I came to United States, I have 3 years of gap now, can I join back? Yes. Okay, that is the most common question. 90% of our students are that kind. You can always have that, don't worry. Good with it? Good. So let's stop here and let's continue to the next class where we will actually start our Java. When it is, you'll get an email. Okay, we'll at least have a hello world, download Java, install on our Eclipse. Okay, and then start our journey. So thanks a lot, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your further time. Thanks a lot. Good night.